What's the most you ever lost on a coin toss?
Sir?
The most you ever lost on a coin toss. Call it.
Call it.
Yes.
For a whole lot.
Just call it.
Every story we grow up with tells us that villains can be beaten. Heroes might struggle, they might suffer, but eventually they find a way to stop the darkness. No Country for Old Men is the film that strips that comfort away.
I got it under control.
In this world, Anton Chigurh, played by Javier Bardem, moves like inevitability itself. He isn't a villain who can be reasoned with, tricked, or overpowered. He's a force that cannot be stopped. And the more the film unfolds, the clearer it becomes that traditional heroes, the ones we expect to save the day, simply aren't built for this new world. The Coen brothers didn't just make a crime thriller. They made a meditation on fate,
Heads in.
Well done.
morality, and the terrifying possibility that some forms of evil are beyond human control. Anton Chigurh doesn't enter the story the way most villains do. He isn't introduced with a flourish of power or reputation. He simply appears, already in motion, already killing.
Hold still, please.
From the very beginning, there's no sense of escalation. Only inevitability. What makes him so terrifying isn't just his violence, but the calm certainty with which he carries it out. He kills not out of passion or revenge, but because his code demands it.
He gave the Mexicans a receiver.
Every act is deliberate, every choice measured. Even his weapon, the captive bolt pistol, strips the violence of cinematic glamour. It's efficient, cold, impersonal. From the moment he arrives, the audience understands. This isn't a man you can outwit or overpower. He's not chasing wealth, he's not climbing a ladder. He's not human in the ways we want him to be. He embodies inevitability, and inevitability doesn't stop. Llewellyn Moss, played by Josh Brolin, is introduced as a classic Western protagonist. Resourceful, capable, tough. He finds a suitcase full of money in the desert, and we expect him to be the man who can stand against the chaos that follows. For a while, he seems like he might. He's clever enough to hide the cash, strong enough to fight back, and stubborn enough not to quit.
Give you $500 for that coat.
But against Chigurh, none of that matters. Moss represents a type of hero that belongs to another age, the kind who wins through grit and determination. The problem is that the enemy he's facing isn't just another outlaw. It's something larger, colder, something that doesn't care about cleverness or courage. Moss's skills might have saved him in a different story, but here, they're not enough. Then there's Sheriff Ed Tom Bell, played by Tommy Lee Jones. He's the older generation's lawman. Steady, moral, shaped by the belief that order can be maintained if you hold to principles. But as he confronts the violence tearing through his county, he realizes he no longer understands the world around him. Evil has taken on a form he can't fight with the tools he's always trusted. His sense of control slips away, leaving only exhaustion and grief. Together, Moss and Bell show us that the old archetypes, the rugged cowboy, the principled sheriff, no longer stand a chance. Against someone like Chigurh, they're already relics. One of the most unsettling parts of Chigurh's character is the way he forces people to stake their lives on a coin toss.
This is the best I can do.
To the people he confronts, the coin feels like a glimmer of hope. Heads or tails, life or death. But the truth is that the coin isn't offering freedom. It's a ritual, a way for Chigurh to frame inevitability as though it were random.
I ain't gonna call it.
Call it.
The coin don't have no say.
He isn't surrendering control. He's disguising it. The coin scenes work because they expose something deeply uncomfortable. We all cling to the illusion that we can control our fate. Chigurh tears that illusion away. Whether through the coin or the captive bolt pistol, his victims learn the same lesson. The outcome was decided the moment he walked into the room. Most films build toward a showdown. The hero faces the villain, and in the clash, good has its chance to triumph. No Country for Old Men denies us that satisfaction. When Moss is killed, it happens off-screen. There's no heroic last stand, no cathartic duel. The story robs us of the confrontation we've been conditioned to expect. Because this isn't a tale about heroes stopping villains. It's about what happens when the villain cannot be stopped at all. Even Chigurh himself isn't offered the neat closure of defeat. He survives the chaos, limping away from a car crash, battered but alive. Evil isn't destroyed, it simply continues, leaving the survivors, and the audience, with nothing but silence and unease. At the heart of the film is Sheriff Bell's realization that the world has shifted beyond his understanding. He begins as a man who believes in the stability of law, in the idea that order can be restored if you fight for it. By the end, he sees that those rules no longer apply. His closing monologue isn't about triumph, but resignation. He speaks of dreams, of his father carrying fire in the darkness, of a light that once offered guidance. The implication is clear. That light no longer exists for him. The country has become something he can't protect, a place where villains like Chigurh thrive unchecked. This is why the film lingers so heavily after it ends. It leaves us not with resolution, but with the acknowledgement that some battles can't be won, some evil can't be stopped, and some heroes will always be too late. When the villain can't be stopped, the entire idea of heroism starts to crumble. No Country for Old Men forces us to sit with that discomfort. It strips away the myth that good will always overcome evil, and leaves us staring at the possibility that sometimes evil simply endures. So what do you think? Is Anton Chigurh a man bound by his own twisted code? Or is he meant to be something larger, fate itself, moving through the world in human form? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you want more explorations into films that peel back the comforting myths we tell ourselves about heroes and villains, subscribe.